What's up everyone? This is Joe from Joe's Barbell Service. I'm here at Defiant CrossFit in Round Rock, Texas. And today I'm gonna show you how to disassemble, clean, and reassemble the sleeve of your Fringe Sport Wonder Bar. The Fringe Sport Wonder Bar is one of my all-time favorite barbells. In my opinion, the price you pay for the quality you get is unmatched compared to any other all-purpose barbell. The thing about this bar, it doesn't matter if you're a gym with more than 100 members or a solo garage gym owner. Just because it's a good quality bar that can take a lot of abuse does not mean it's invincible. I would strongly suggest to perform consistent maintenance, not only to extend the life of your barbell, but most importantly, to keep your barbell performing as efficiently as possible. Remember, when we're weightlifting, we want our barbell moving with us, not against us. What you're going to need today is a good pair of snap ring pliers, some 3-in-1 oil, and some Blaster Multi-Max lubrication. You can find this at your local hardware store. A towel, preferably microfiber, or really any old t-shirt that won't leave behind any lint. You'll also need a cardboard box to put on the floor to protect it from any oil or lubrication that might drip from the barbell. And most importantly, some gloves and a pair of safety glasses. So now we're gonna start taking this apart. It's very important to ensure as you take these pieces off that you put them neatly in line. That way you know the order that they're gonna be going back in once you're reassembling the sleeve. First thing we're gonna do is take off this outer snap ring with our snap ring pliers. As you do this, it's very important that you put your hand over the ring. That way it doesn't snap back at you in case it pops loose. Once you have your snap ring in place, you can see there's already a lot of debris. We're gonna put this on our box as we gradually take things apart. Next thing we're gonna do is take one end of your barbell off of the rack. We're gonna lean it down so that end cap will fall out. Once you have your end cap, you can re-rack the bar. Again, put this in order right next to your outer snap ring. That way you know the order that it's gonna go back in. Once you remove the end cap, the next part is we're gonna take off this inner snap ring with our snap ring pliers again. Once again, put your hand over the snap ring to ensure it does not pop and spring at you in case it comes loose. I'll put that in order right after the end cap. Next thing you do after you remove the inner snap ring, we're gonna push the sleeve back. As you push the sleeve back, you need to have your hand prepared to catch these washers in case they fall. First thing we have is our full washer. Some people call this a ring as well. It's the same exact thing, ring or washer. Put that in order next to your inner snap ring. Once you remove the full washer, we're gonna take off the C washer or C ring. Again, ring, washer, same thing, and put it in line to ensure putting it back together. Once you have removed the full washer and the C washer, you can then slide the sleeve off of the bar. Such a satisfying feeling. Inside of the sleeve, we have our bushing. This is what is gonna allow the sleeve to have a proper spin. Put it in line after the C washer. You can then place the sleeve down on your cardboard box to make sure no oil leaks and it does not damage the floor. Once you've removed the sleeve, you will then take your microfiber towel or old t-shirt and we're gonna wipe down any previous grease or lubrication that was on the shaft when you removed it. Once you've removed the grease from the shaft, you can then start cleaning off your inner pieces. I'm gonna clean off the bushing, again removing any previous grease or old lubrication that was on there. Put it back in order. I will then take my C washer, wipe that down as well. This is just to, again, remove any old previous grease or lubrication that we're gonna be replacing. Just be sure as you wipe these down that you maintain the same order that they came out in, because it will be very difficult to put this back together if you lose the order. All the debris and stuff that has been collected. This is why it's very important to keep up with your barbell. Once you've wiped down the inner pieces of the sleeve, now grab the actual sleeve and wipe down the inner barrel where it sits on the shaft. This is where the chalk and the debris will build up over time as well. As you can see, just want to make sure this is wiped down before we lubricate it. Now you will take your 3-in-1 oil and you will place it where the bushings sit on the shaft. You can see where they sit on the shaft. You don't have to put any 3-in-1 oil in the middle, just where it sits on it and spins. You'll then put the 3-in-1 oil on the opposite end. Now you will grab your sleeve where you previously wiped down with your towel the old grease and lubrication. That is where you're gonna place some more 3-in-1 oil. Once you've done that, just rub it around inside of that bushing. You will then take your blaster Multi-Max and spray a little bit on each end on top of the 3-in-1 oil. Once you have done that, you can take your sleeve and slide it back on the shaft. Give it a little turn, and now begin the process of re-lubricating the inside pieces and applying it back together. We will begin with the bushing. You can apply a little bit of 3-in-1 oil to the inside and the outside. You don't need much since we've already oiled and lubricated the shaft. From here, you're gonna slide it on the end and bring your sleeve forward. After the bushing, we're gonna begin the same process with the rest of the pieces. Put a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the C washer now. This will sit on the ridge that you have on the end of the shaft, just like that. Now you're going to take your full washer, same thing, apply a little bit of 3-in-1 oil to the inside and the outside. Now we are going to place that on the shaft and slide the sleeve forward. I will then grab my inner snap ring, apply a little bit of 3-in-1 oil. It doesn't have to be much. You will need your snap ring pliers again. Remember, as you squeeze this, you want your hand over the ring in case it snaps back at you. You will place it in there and give it a spin. Make sure everything's working right. As you can see, it's already spinning very well. I will now grab my end cap. If you have previously heard any rattle on your bar, it can tend to be because the end cap has no lubrication or is completely dried out. So I like to apply a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the inside as well. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot. This will just prevent it from rattling or making any unnecessary noise. Once you do that, you can then place the end cap inside of the sleeve and then finish the last process of taking your outer snap ring with your snap ring pliers. Again, put your hand over the snap ring to ensure it does not snap at you if it comes loose. Now we have everything back in place. You can then test your barbell, give it a nice spin, and that is how you keep optimal performance. After you finish putting your sleeve back together, you can grab your towel and wipe off any excess oil that might be on the outside part of the sleeve. There will also be a little bit of oil where the shaft goes into the sleeve. And that is going to be how you disassemble, clean, lubricate, and reassemble the sleeve of your Fringe Sport Wonder Bar. I recommend doing this process every 1 to 3 months, depending on the use. If you're a gym with over 100 members, you want to get it cleaned more frequently. If you are a solo garage gym owner, you can go a little bit longer without having to worry about doing the process, but generally 1 to 3 months depending on the use. Stay tuned for next video. I'll be showing you how to clean the outside part of your barbell, specifically the knurling, how to remove chalk, rust, any excess debris that might be on the shaft and on the outside part of your sleeve. What I just explained was specifically for the Fringe Sport Wonder Bar. So if you have a different kind of barbell, the process can be slightly different. But regardless of what type of bar you have, we would love to help you protect your investment. If this maintenance is something that you don't want to take on your own, or you don't feel comfortable, or maybe you just don't have enough time, reach out to Fringe Sport and Joe's Barbell Service will drive out to you and do the job at your location. Every 1 to 3 months, give Joe's Barbell Service a call to get your sleeve completely disassembled, cleaned, relubricated, and put back together to ensure optimal performance.